Hi, I'm Tatiana Di Maria from the band TAT, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Punkvideosrock.
Finally reunited with Tatiana from TAT.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's been way too long. I missed you so much. It's ridiculous.
It's good to see you again. We absolutely love these guys. Yeah, it's been too long. It's been too long, man.
It's been way too long. Yeah. What's going on? What's new? I know there's new music on Warped Tour. You're on Warped Tour for like year number 20-something.
Yeah, well, it is one of our favorite tours to do. But we've got a new track called Anxiety that is coming out on July the 15th, but we're selling it at every Warped date we're doing. So we've got some drop cards. And I mean, as you know, and as I think a lot of our fans know, we toured Soho Lights to death. We ended up by playing 1,000 shows on the same album around the world, which was a lot. So we took a little break and got to work on a new record, and the sounds evolved. So, you know, I wrote Soho Lights in high school. So the new album is kind of an evolution sonically. Anxiety is a fraction of a step in that direction. But what we'll be doing is putting out tracks for the next 6 to 7 months as we bridge the gap and build towards a new release. And then our album, what we're doing while we do that is also not being on the road too much this year. So doing Warped Tour, doing the occasional little bursts so that we can go back, focus on the album, record it, and in the new year drop it and spend all of next year touring and having everything done.
You have it so figured out. You make it look easy.
I mean, it's got to, you know, we're still at the beginning of the plan. It's all going to fuck up, and in a year and a half, you'll be like, where's the fucking album?
That's punk rock.
Well, you know, I mean, so long as we're giving our fans music, I think that's the most important thing for me, because as a fan of other bands, I've hated it when bands have just not released something for a little while. So the important thing is for me to really just keep giving fans new songs in the build-up and just get the new album right. As a musician, you know, you can end up with a producer or a player or whatever it is and just find yourself going, nah, this kind of sucks. It's not how I envisioned it. So things take longer than normal, but, you know, that should be the plan. So early 2016.
I'm excited for it. And I know you've had a lot of experiences writing for music soundtrack or movie soundtracks, obviously with the touring, but I mean, how much has all that experience changed for this record?
You know, it's funny because I've always written and produced for other people, and you know, as a teenager, when we were first doing TAT shows and TAT records, you know, I produced some of our TAT records, but I was also producing hip-hop and MCing, and I've done a bunch of UK hip-hop.
I didn't know about the hip-hop. That's cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just, it's funny how, I mean, I guess punk rock and gangster rap tend to go hand in hand sentiment-wise, even if they come from completely different backgrounds. And so I would play these rock shows and get approached by hip-hop artists who'd want to feature, and then I'd end up making beats, and it's just something I grew up on and was passionate about. But in time, I think my musical influences have always been very varied, but the TAT record being written in high school was the first kind of burst of that. And then I do very, very varied projects. It's just not something that our fans have really had a chance to get in touch with, because it's just been the TAT stuff. So this new album is not so much, I think doing the other projects for other people and movie soundtracks comes from just the fact that I write in different styles. And this album is me just kind of bringing it all together and going, I'm just going to write whatever the fuck I want to write and enjoy it. And so far it's been going down really well. I mean, as a musician, you can have this fear of losing your fans, but our fans have grown with us. And, you know, being so young when I write the first album, it's nice to have an evolution and grow lyrically, and just honest, being more honest in the songs. So anyway, so far it's been good. So far people have vibed with it, and I realized that, shit, well, I'm still the same songwriter, I'm still the same person, so...
Only better and better.
Let's hope, let's hope.
I think so.
Thanks, son.
I think so. But that, I mean, you kind of just talked about it right now, but that's one thing that I've loved about TAT, that those fans, no matter what you do, your fans are still growing constantly. And unfortunately, you're not out here in the States as much as I would love for you to, but it seems like you have so much love out here.
We love our American fans. It's been wonderful. It's really, really been wonderful. And Warped Tour is for us such a great example of that. I mean, we played Pomona. We haven't played the West Coast in a minute. We played Pomona 2 days ago, then Mountain View, and now Ventura. And just seeing people come back and saying, I saw you at Warped Tour this year, and I've had your album, and you helped me get through a breakup, and still come back this year, a few years later, with so much passion. Just, it blows me away. It's why I do it. You know, we can all say music saved our life at some point, or at least I meet a lot of people who say that, and it happened for me. So I think just seeing people's reactions is the best part of it for me. So I love being here.
Now, as a road dog, you've been on Warped Tour various times. How different is it this time around?
You know, it's only day 3. The only thing I'll say about it being different is a lot of the bands you know, I came on Warped Tour the first year with Bad Religion, Pennywise, NoFX, Joan Jett. It was a very different style of music. I love that Warped Tour is varied. I think it's important to its survival. I think it's important for creativity. Everybody likes all kind of music, so there's no point really sticking to one. Yes, there are the hardcore punk rock fans, and that's where it was birthed, but in the end of the day, to me, the punk rock spirit is do whatever the fuck you want. You know, it's not, you've got to sound like this. It's not, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want, because that's the whole point. Individuality, just that freedom of expression. So, to me, Warped Tour stayed punk rock in doing that because Kevin Lyman has been the person behind that, and that is his spirit. So as an artist, you get to see that side of it, which as a fan, you may not get to see. But that's a really long answer to your very short question, which was, I think just the bands, the family's still the same people who run it, feels like home.
Definitely, and I can't wait for the new record. Hopefully it's a little sooner than 2016. I'll wait for 2016.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a copy of Anxiety outside.
See, now she's teasing me.
Yeah, come check out the set at 650. You're gonna hear 4, 5 new songs. Okay. Yeah.
And why Anxiety as your first track?
That's a good question that no one's asked me yet. Basically, I felt that it bridged the gap between the old record and sort of what's to come. It's sort of a first step in that direction. And I think the next few months is going to be bridging that gap towards a more evolved sound. Still going to be the same, you know, artist, same spirit, but I just think it fit Warped Tour. Felt like the timing was right. It's a song that has been in the vault for a minute, but it just felt like it was the right one to go with for the tour and for the timing.
And lastly, like you mentioned, you've done a lot of collaborations with other artists for their tracks. Yeah. Do we plan on seeing maybe some kind of collaboration on this new record, or do you want to keep it specifically TAT?
I think this record's going to be TAT, and reason being, you know, Soho Lights was everything I had, and then I've spent a lot of time working with other people, and my passion is writing and being as honest as I can be, and I think this is my one space to do that. So it's not about, you know, I've had people come up to me like, oh, we should totally get this dude on a track, and we should totally get it. And it's like, well, yeah, that's fun, but it's just a different setup. It's like, you know, if you go to a wedding, you might wear a tuxedo, and if you go to a fucking rock bar, you wear a leather jacket. And, you know, this is kind of the equivalent for me when I'm writing this album. This is kind of the headspace I have, and it's very much about just getting shit out. And then when I work with other people, it's just, you know, free for all. Let's play and see what comes.
Well, I can't wait, like I keep telling you. So, record 2016, hopefully. Maybe some tours coming up after that. Yeah. Anxiety coming out real soon. When did you say it drops?
July the 15th. Or if you're at Warped Tour, any of the dates, come by our merch booth and pick it up.